with what is happening at JKIA. I understand that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is just about to address members of the Fourth Estate. Let's cross over there and listen into what is happening.
To ascertain that the ballot papers is in accordance to the specifications that we gave the company to do this work. We, as IBC, invited stakeholders to be with us and to check with a third eye, because they are the ones that know how the photos and the details of the presidential candidates, how they're supposed to look like. And indeed, we have just landed from Greece this morning.
Sorry, they say they can't hear. Can we just to move a bit? Sorry, we'll move the podium a bit. Will you hear what you're saying, right?
Yes,
You're hearing. They are hearing.
You're fine. Sorry, proceed.
Okay, as IBC, we invited stakeholders to come to Greece to see and to do quality check of the printing of the 2022 general election ballot papers. And among the people that were invited and attended were Reverend Father Joseph Mutie, the Chair, Interreligious Council, Mr. Abdurrahman Ismail, Executive Director, Interreligious Council of Kenya. We also had Reverend Elias Agola from the National Council of Churches of Kenya. We had political parties also invited, especially the ones with the presidential candidates. And in the team, we have Velma Maumo from Azimio Coalition. We also had Mr. Benjamin Agina from Azimio Party. In the team, we also had a member from Election Observation Group, that is Anne Wambui Ireri, who attended. And from UDA Party, we had Brian Kagombe Mbugwa being accompanied with by Anthony Nganga Mwaura of UDA Party. In addition, we had Daniel Kinuthia from the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties in attendance, and we also had Garson Owiti from Political Party Liaison Committee, who was not able to accompany the team. And finally, we had one person from the Media Council of Kenya, that is Mr. Evans Teddy Oudo. So a team of 13 people went to Greece, and today they have finally come back. And indeed, as you see behind us, is the evidence of the presidential ballot papers that have just checked in. This is the first consignment of 225 pallets. I don't want to speak much because I am IBC, and IBC is the one that is doing the election. The purpose of carrying with us the stakeholders is so that they can see with a third eye and really ascertain to the country that the process was the way they have seen, and I will invite them to speak. But before we do so, allow me to call upon Mr. Abdurrahman Ismail to come and invite Father Mutie, who is going to read the speech on behalf of the stakeholders, the delegation that went to Greece. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chair of the IEBC. My task is really very small. Firstly, to say that as members of the religious community, under the umbrella of, or within the purview of the Interreligious Council of Kenya, IRCK, we are honored to have been in this visit. We arrived this morning. and spent a week. The import of our visit has already been explained and will be read in the statement. I only want to say that the statement which we are honored to have been chosen to read on behalf of the multi-stakeholder team is a consultative statement of what we found and what we saw. So it's not per se an IRCK statement. It involves all the stakeholders, including the various political parties that were represented in Athens, Greece during the factory visit. So without spending any more time, I'd like to invite Reverend Father Joseph Mutie, Chairman of the IRCK, to come and read the statement, which is a collective consensus statement of what happened at Athens. Thank you. Karibu.
Thank you, Idi. Members of the Fourth Estate and the different representation here. Allow me to greet you this morning. Good morning. A short, brief statement that we all together drafted. Stakeholders monitoring visit to the Inform Lycos or Hellas SA factory in Greece. The Commission contracted Inform Lycos Hellas SA to print ballot papers for the 2022 general election. The printing of ballot papers is currently ongoing in the company's premises in Athens, Greece. Article 81E of the Constitution of Kenya on the principles of election system demands that the Commission shall comply and be transparent and conduct its activities in an impartial, neutral, efficient, accurate and accountable manner. Moreover, Article 88 says that the Commission is responsible for conducting elections and facilitation of the observation, monitoring and evaluation of the elections. The Commission extended an invitation to representatives of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition, United Democratic Alliance Party, Roots Party, Agano Party, Interreligious Council of Kenya, Media Council of Kenya, Kenya Union of Journalists, Civil Society, Elections Observation Group, Kenya Editors Guild, Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, and Political Parties Liaison Committee for monitoring of the 2022 presidential ballot paper printing for quality checks and assurance. However, presidential candidates for Roots Party and Agano Party and the PPLC did not send their representatives to Greece. During the visit, the monitoring delegation was taken through a detailed profile of the Inform Lycos Hellas SA company, the variety of products the company deals with in other countries, including printing of bank credit cards, Visa credit cards, issuing PIN numbers for bank cards, trunk authentication labels, exercise stamps, ballot papers, smart ticketing, lottery coupons, graduate certificates, bills and statements. The company has over 100 years of experience in security printing and is amongst the largest in the world. Second, the monitoring delegation inspected the security features imprinted on the ballot papers and witnessed printing and packaging of the ballot papers into booklets, boxes and pallets, and also labeling ready for shipment. They also verified the security features on the statutory documents printed that will accompany the ballots to to the polling stations. Third, the delegation was shown how in Lycos, Hellas SA company destroys damaged ballot papers, a process that they carry out daily by use of a huge shredding machine. The company has an elaborate pallet tracking system or safety system where pallets are given codes that track them from the factory press in Athens to cargo planes and delivery at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and all the way to the Commission's warehouse and constituencies. However, the team takes note of the printers' concern, especially on the late court rulings that delayed the printing schedule. The company had planned that the last delivery date would be on the 29th of July 2022. However, due to the court rulings delay, the final delivery date will be on the 3rd of August 2022. Currently, there are 65 million ballots out of the total 132 million in the Commission's warehouse. These are contained in the 143,821 boxes and wrapped in 1,994 pallets. Today's consignment of 225 pallets is the first batch for the presidential candidates, which we have come with from Greece, Athens. A total of 865 presidential ballot papers pallets will be ferried in for the general election exercise using both private cargo planes and commercial airplanes. The second batch of presidential ballot papers of 300 pallets will arrive in Nairobi on the 29th July this year, 2022, while the final consignment of 340 pallets will arrive on the 3rd of August, 2022. Today's consignment of presidential ballot papers is meant for 18 counties, namely Mombasa 19 pallets, Kwale 14, Kilifi 20, Tana River 8, Lamu 4, Taita Taveta 6, Garissa 10, Wajir 6, Marsabit 10, Isiolo 5, Meru 27, Tharaka Nithi 9, Embu 14, Kitui 27, Machakos 18, Makueni 12, Nyandarua 8, and Nyeri 8. In each pallet, there are about 54 boxes for a constituency, and it represents one elective post. The diaspora ballot papers will also be ferried to Nairobi first, before being distributed to their various destinations in the 12 foreign countries that the voting exercise will take place. The diaspora ballot papers will be in 2 pallets for the 27 polling stations and will arrive in Nairobi on the 28th of July 2022 aboard a commercial airline. The printer informed Lycos, Hellas SA has also given the Commission the dispatch schedule of all ballot papers for the other 5 elective positions whose delivery has been ongoing. In conclusion, the monitoring delegation is impressed and satisfied that the printing process is properly executed and the control checks put in place are sufficient to safeguard the integrity of the ballot. Thank you, and may God bless Kenya. Back to the Vice Chair.
Yeah, you can take it.
That was a joint statement from the monitoring delegation that went to Greece. So we'll allow a few questions concerning the ballot papers, the printing, and all that happened in Greece, Athens. Okay, a ballot pallet carries about 54 boxes, and the content of a box is the ballot papers that are supposed to be in one polling station. So a box represents one polling station, and with the presidential ballot boxes, what is contained in the box is the ballot papers for the presidential election, and also the manual register is packed in there, and the posters that are supposed to be put outside that polling station, the 6 elective positions. So basically it is the last box that is packed at the factory because it contains all the other statutory documents that are needed in a polling station. Yes, the Commission has printed a manual voter register that is packed in the presidential ballot box, the ones that are behind us. So the voter register is cut into the number of voters in that polling station. So yes, it is available, but of course the Commission has also put protocols on how that manual register is going to be used. Yes, allow us not to answer that because we are basically for the ballot papers, and allow us to sit as a commission because we've been away for like 4 or 5 days. Allow us to sit as a commission, then I will be able to respond to that question. Yes, that's fine. I can give one representative to speak, especially the ones that went to the factory, to Athens, Greece.
Thanks so much for putting our vice chair to task. But I can truly tell you whatever has been read is what we agreed on, what we saw, how we found it, and I tend to believe that that is the real situation, which is there at Greece and what has come back to Kenya. Thanks so much.
On behalf of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition, we confirm that we participated in the exercise. We went to Greece. We inspected the printing and packaging of the ballot papers for the presidential position, and we're in agreement that indeed the process was conducted, and Azimio shall also communicate further. The presidential ballot papers are being printed from one factory, from what we saw.
Let me confirm that the printing is being done from one factory. And by the way, by yesterday when we left, all the presidential ballot papers had been printed. The work that was remaining is packing. The other positions are all being printed from one factory, which we visited. And we, in fact, saw some of those that have not been dispatched, ready for dispatch. Yeah.
As soon as the court gives us a ruling, we proceed to print. So most of the things have been held up so that we wait for the rulings. But I want to assure you that once the ruling is out, we proceed to print. And that is why in the statement, it has been said that the last delivery was to be done on 29th of this month. But because of the late court rulings, we are going to have the last delivery on the 3rd of August, which is at the extreme, really extreme end in our operations. Well, as it was said, it was communication breakdown. And the team that went to Greece also asked this question, that company, did you inform IBC that you are delivering this thing? And yes, the company had informed the CIC team that the boxes were dispatched. Remember, they dispatch within 48 hours before they land here. So yes, IBC was notified. But as it was said, it was communication breakdown, that the same information did not trickle up to the commission. So the next question, whether that is the reason why we are chosen? No, I am the vice chair of the commission, and it was important that I go and see and also certify before Kenyans that indeed the process has been done and it is clear and flawless. Yes, indeed. Yes, 3rd of August is the last extreme end. And of course, IBC will do all that it takes to ensure that these boxes arrive before the polling day. However, we have organized in such a way that the late delivery of the boxes are ballot boxes for counties that are nearby, Nairobi, Kiambu, and the like. But the far-fetched counties will have everything before the 3rd. Thank you.
I think we are done.
Yeah, done.
Thank you very much.
Simu yako?
Okay. Those are live pictures from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport right here in Nairobi. Just a few minutes ago, the Vice Chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, Madam Juliana Cherera, has just concluded a press briefing, just addressing members of the Fourth Estate with regards to the ongoing process of printing and packaging ballot papers that is happening in Athens, Greece. And of course, this is, from what you're getting, is that they just landed in the country this morning. That is Miss Juliana Cherera, accompanied by a cocktail of stakeholders in this election, which include religious leaders, representatives from political parties who have presidential candidates, and of course from the Election Observation Group, and a representative from the Media Council of Kenya. This was part of the team that went to Greece to oversee this process. That this morning, the country has received the first consignment of 225 pallets of presidential ballot papers. And of course, we heard from Reverend Father Mutie, who represents the Interreligious Council of Kenya. He was reading a statement that represents the position of all the stakeholders in this process. And he said that the second batch of presidential ballot papers of 300 pallets will arrive in the country later this month, and the final one will arrive on the 3rd of August this particular year. So with me, I have part of what we call the stakeholders in this election, and that is the team from Agano Party, the presidential candidate and the running mate. And I just want to get your quick comments about, what is happening at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Just 12 days to the election, you've heard what the Vice Chair said. As a presidential candidate, do you feel confident that we are set to go as a country?
Oh yes, I feel confident, and it's good to know that the elections are there because actually Kenyans want to vote. And that's why we've been saying from where we are, my running mate and I, that these mind games we are seeing, we are not getting to know who is telling, but Kenyans want elections. We don't want them. And if you notice, Kenyans, the mind games, some Venezuelans, they are within the people who have been there in the elections. They were there in 2007, 2013, 2017, and you know the trouble they got us into. And I can tell you, they know what they are doing. They are checkmating each other. But we are saying we should even be printing our papers here. If we bring back integrity, if we fight in corruption. Look, how much money have we spent out there? We should have invested here. It would have meant jobs for the youth and so on. But I'm very happy to notice this. I would ask also, I'm very happy that IBC issued a statement yesterday. The DCI is doing investigations. And what is also very important is that whatever was with the Venezuelans, if it's not okay, it was captured, and so the elections cannot be interfered. I am looking forward, and I'm asking Kenyans, come out and vote.
So do you feel confident with the Commission's capability to conduct this election?
I feel, for me and for us, we went through their grilling and we had no issues. Up to yesterday morning, I would have had issues because Chebukati had not responded to were there 11 questions or something, or 20? But he responded. If there is anything more, it will come out. But also here, this was a bipartisan effort. Unfortunately, you notice ourselves and the other Roots Party, Agano and Roots, were not able to take their people because we are here working on even a no budget sometimes. And there are so many matters of agents that we need that will cost a lot of money, and yet we'll be in the ballot box. And so we considered, why don't we leave others? And we are happy that religious leaders were there and other stakeholders. They took our place. It's really looking at priorities.
Okay, so let's talk about something else that brings all these players in this election together, the 4 presidential candidates and the 4 running mates. And that was the debate that was organized by the media. Yeah, and you were part of the running mates debate. He was part of the presidential debate. Let me begin with the running mates debate for you. What was your take home? How was the experience, and how did you interpret the significance of that moment?
For me, I really appreciate what the Media Council did. It opened up a platform for the parties and for the four candidates to be able to speak out to the Kenyans. I think they had known little about us. They also needed to relate to the person and the names that they have been seeing being flashed out. I think we were able to get the chance to sell out, probably not so much, especially for the deputy debate. We may not have had enough time to exhaust, and probably why the reason people were asking if we could have had the 4 of us standing on the same podium at the same time. But we were put into tears. It is okay, I appreciate that. But Kenyans were able to relate and know the people who are sitting in. People were able to know a bit of the people and what we are bringing in. I was having a competitor who is bringing something that is not even constitutional, too much unconstitutional agendas. So the Kenyans, from that perspective, I think probably would rethink I think the debate gave me and gave us a chance for the Kenyans to rethink: are we moving with the tyranny of numbers, or are we moving in with people who are coming on board to bring in change? So I think the debate was a good platform to let the Kenyans out there. Someone in Wajir was able to watch us from home. I think it was a good initiative, and I was very thankful that the opportunity was granted unto us.
You set the pace, and then yesterday, Mr. Mwaure had an opportunity. It was a one-month show for you, though, unfortunately. So,
unfortunately,
yeah.
And I got very disappointed. I was looking forward to a great debate. While I was still in the car, I learned that my opponent, the Roots candidate, was there, and I was feeling, because you see, why we have had a problem in Kenya is leaders who don't want to be interrogated. But going forward, leaders are not small gods. We must be ready to be open and transparent. It was very disappointing for them not to come, and for us, we were able to tell our policies, and Kenyans will notice, could see our genuineness, and we keep saying, there comes a time in life, even a jacket kama hii sasa ya kwenda kampeni huko nje, mwaka ingine hamutanikuta na hii, because you need something new to move a process. And only change is permanent, and change means bringing something new. It was important to hear what the Prime Minister would say, because he's been saying, talking about corruption, so that he could have given Kenyans an opportunity. He has been in government, he knows the corruption. He has been saying there's a lot of corruption in Kenya Kwanza candidate. Kenya Kwanza candidate has been saying that the Kemsa billionaires came from Azimio, and those are important things, but we didn't get an opportunity to do that. Then there is this matter of bangi, marijuana. You know, for us in Agano, we say, wa Kenya, bangi si mboga. It was an opportunity for my friend to come and explain. There was a question on mental health. And I had even documents which, if they had allowed me, would have shown that even where they have been growing it, they haven't been able to get the trillions they are talking about. And what we are saying here, first of all, it's good we be leaders of process. It is not permitted in Kenya currently. Yes, we don't deny there is a little variant of it, which can be used for medicinal purposes. But we are even not there. And we must regard what our priorities are. What we are disagreeing with is a lie that by 10th or 11th, we'll be able, through either planting or making legal whatever bank, be able to pay the trillion loan. That's not possible. We are the only excuse me, we are the only candidates with a solution. We are saying, stop corruption, bring our money back, and we should be able to move forward. Excuse me.
Just to pick up from where he's left, I mean, how do you think, what has changed after this platform that you both appeared and took advantage of, like you've stated? What has changed in terms of your campaign? Is there anything, any impact?
There's an impact, and I think Kenyans are happy. Kenyans are now able to relate with the Agano Party, with the candidature of Mwaure Wahiga. So there's a lot of excitement outside there. I had so many people around me, and probably others being reported, that the undecided, for sure there's a figure that is undecided. But when they got to hear now David and what he's planning to bring in as the new candidature, the 5th, there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of people wanting to even try the change. They want to try in the new leadership. They want to try in people who have not been in these scandals, because the scandals have been there, but some of them are immune. Probably the current government has immunity on that. But for us, people are very excited. People want to try new. And that is why, for this reason, we even want to start, we will go out. We're actually going out in a few minutes from now, so that people can actually also even feel us on the ground.
And for you, Mr. Mwaure, do you see the opinion polls probably changing?
Oh, they have changed massively. Kenyans were very happy to see us. Our phones, you know, the messages, the calls, and it's just the sense that we are at a tipping point. The elections of 9th August are very important. There is so much at stake. Do we continue with the people who've been giving promises and they have not fulfilled? who are again repeating and purporting to come with new ones. For how long shall we continue doing that? For us in Kenya, why we are not like those first worlds I mentioned is because there is this mountain whereby we've been allowing people to take advantage of us. We are saying, Kenyans, let's try a new person, new people. We are clean. Tunakuja kama kifagio, hatuja kuwa huko. There is nobody we are fighting about. We are coming as anti-corruption crusaders. We are coming as people, candidates of the people. We are coming as candidates, my running mate and I, of peace. It is the interest of this nation. We must move forward. But you can't eat the profit and the seed and you move forward. But we know where the seed is. We know where the money is. Governments international are waiting for a new leadership. They bring back our resources. This is a golden opportunity.
All right. So let's talk about what you were talking about earlier, the promise you have for county governments.
That's very key. That's very key.
Yeah.
We are devolving 40%. But we are insisting that out of whatever the amount is, and this will be 4% of trillions, at least a minimum of 50 million, iende mpaka mtaa, iende mpaka what we call the village unit. And we are talking of something very, our manner of governance. Our agano to counties is tied with our agano to the constitution and governance. We devolved money, but we also devolved corruption, which is unfortunate. Corruption, we are going to get rid of it. But we devolved money and we did not devolve governance. We want in future decisions in counties to be done, those that affect a village, kama mtaa, be made there. And there are studies that have been done and it has been seen to work. Like for instance, you know, I want to congratulate my mwalimu, Governor Kifudha. He started it in Makueni, where decisions are made at a tree or in classroom. Because it's the people at the ground who know ni barabara gani tunahitaji kutengeneza, mnanda ni gani, milk processing or what have you. But also at that level,
don't you have MCAs for that?
You know, the trouble is, decisions there are also still being made from the county assemblies. And we are saying, no. Let the people down there tell the people up there, this is what we need to be done here. But you know what it will also do? Because the tenders out there will be given to the youth there, to the graduates, to the women, that will also address the issue of unemployment. For us, development, we are looking at a time when we even someday, before we enter our 10th year, we'll be giving up to 50%. And because it has made a difference, that's why we are emphasizing. And we are saying, pesa mashinani, na madaraka mashinani.
All right. You're also very heavy on the family unit. There is something you have as a promise for the family. You want to make planning to be friendly to families also as part of the promises you have. Tell us a bit about why the focus on family and how you're going to change what we currently have to fit and suit the needs of the family, Ruth.
Maybe I'd
okay, or you would prefer he goes?
Yes, I know, but maybe there is a legal aspect. That's why she has passed to me, because I'm also a lawyer. You know, a strong family makes a strong nation. Right now, we plan on the basis of individuals or just numbers. But we're also saying families are important. In fact, we are not the only ones. I've seen manifestos of others, like the one that talks about a takeaway of some amount. It's talking about per family. You know, families are important, and we want also to be families to be factors of planning. I grew up in a village, and where one read and wakaendelea mbele, they were able to help the others. At least we want to ensure in every family there is somebody who is earning. There is something going to the family. We want families to be stable. We want families to be provided. And we have even provided for a family registry. We want families to be known. Of course, this will be a work that will have to be done because we haven't done it before. Because a strong family makes a strong nation. All
right, thank you so much. We have very few minutes left, and I want you to take advantage of these few minutes to tell us, just 12 days to the election, as a Gano party, what is going to be your priority areas, and Kenyans at this moment want to hear, what's your parting shot? Let me start with you, Ruth. In the 12 days to come, what are you going to prioritize? And as we finalize on this conversation, what's your parting shot?
Okay, in the 12 days, what we are working towards is coming to meet you. We want to come and meet the Kenyans. We want them to see us on the ground. We want them to see the change and the person who is going to come in and sit in the new government. But all the promises that we are having, we are committed to what we want to do. We are committed on our manifesto. For us, that is why we are using less of the manifesto naming, because some of the people came in with big manifestos, and we know what that adds up to. For us, it is a covenant. It is an agano between ourselves and you. So Kenyans, we are asking that you trust us. We are trustworthy. We are clean. We are asking that Kenyans come up and come out to vote in large numbers. We need your votes. That Goliath that we are calling corruption, the Goliath, and that is our focal point. We need to get rid of corruption. We need to clean up, and for us to get in, corruption needs to be gotten rid of our way, and we will be able to establish ourselves and bring in the change that the Kenyans are looking forward. So please come and vote, and we need peace. Tafadhali wa Kenya, tunahitaji amani. We need ourselves. We need to run this country even on the 10th and the 11th. So let us protect each other. Wanarika, let us vote. Let us stop taking the handouts, because we are buying into a corrupt country. We are buying into we are compromising in integrity. So tafadhali, let us vote and maintain peace.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Mwaure, your final words.
Very quickly, it is the siphoning of money intended to bring the cost of living down, intended to bring the cost of essential foodstuffs down. That's supposed to provide, employment, that is supposed to pay the debt that we are coming to stop. When we talk about stopping corruption, we are saying no more eating money that is supposed to make us rich, to put food on the table. We are going for the scandals, the big fish, it doesn't matter who it is. We are going to share equally a lot of money to the counties. We are going to give money for the youth, the women, people with disabilities. We are thinking about the police. We are thinking about the people in uniform. You must live a different life. We are talking about loans to the young people. And that money is there. Some of it is abroad. Some of it is in people's pockets. Some of it is being used by other nations to develop them. Kenyans is our opportunity. Even the Bible says you don't take new wine and you put it in old wineskins. This is an opportunity for us. Don't look at the helicopters and the cars. Those people are sponsored. They are using our taxes. Here we come. We are not projects. Choose new. We are coming like David of the Bible.
David Mwaure Waihiga, the running mate, the presidential candidate of Agano Party, accompanied by the running mate Ruth Musheru Mutua, who also was with us this morning as we were talking about their ambition to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta, the promise they have for the country and how they seek to make that practical. Thank you so much for keeping it KBC Channel 1 since we began until now. But don't go too far. In just a few minutes, Irene Mchuma Odim will be taking you through the latest developments in the country and beyond on Lunchtime News. My name is Serfine Achieng Ouma. Thank you so much for doing this. And I was also doing this together with Lensa Odingo, our sign language interpreter. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.
Finally, the wait is over. The Sundowner Sunset date is back. Saturday, 30th July 2022. The Grand Collabo, the gorgeous Catherine Donye and the wicked weekend man John Obongo Jr. together on one stage for the first time.
Meanwhile, some country.
Plus, Sir Elvis performing your favorite country hits live. All roads lead to the park in Kitengela, the land of Nyama Choma, for music, dance, food, drink, and so much fun. The Sundowner Sunset Date, the Grand Collabo. Mark the date, Saturday, 30th July 2022. Tickets cost 500 shillings at the gate.
I don't want Adrian to be involved in my daughter's life again. Never again.
Adrian is the father of Valentina.
For your loyalty to Camilo? Must have you take away my daughter? Must you keep away your daughter from her real father?
Yes, I know that.
If it's the office that you went to, then why is your hair all wet?
Adrian is here?
Yes, sweetheart.
Is that true, Mommy?
Yes, my love.
I'm the father of Valentina. But I can't take her away from her mom.
We need numbers.
And I'm sure Dad is not supposed to find out about this.
No, not in this life.
How would you like coming to work here at JNJ?
Is Kathy in agreement with all of this?
I'm not answerable to her.
Why don't you want the same thing as your mother? How do I trust you?
I'll help you the board members.
How?
I'll call them one by one.
I may want to hire your cousin.
Wewe nakutambua.
Baadaye.
Juu hasa umepataka hiyo kazi, utanipatia 20%.
Yo, hii usisemage mimi huwa sikujegi.
Wewe usifanye nikuwe tena wewe. Mimi nimepataka nikitaka kutoka ni sherehe kazi.
Must he be here? Alafu utaniachia mlango, mimi nitafunga after meeting.
All I do is win. I wake up, I win. I close my eyes, and I win.
We got an emergency, girlfriend.
Keep up with me, come on, let's keep winning till the world stops spinning. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. I'ma keep winning till the world stops.
Wow, you look great. Did you just come from the salon?
Darling Abuja, braids that stay salon fresh no matter what.
Ujenzi wa barabara mashinani na vijijini katika kila pembe ya taifa hili umechangia pakubwa katika kuinua maisha ya Wakenya.
The record is there for all to see. Across all 8 former provinces in each of the 47 counties, we have transformed our country 1 kilometer at a time.
His Excellency the President has had a good agenda of doing roads throughout the country. We are able to maintain those roads in that condition for posterity.
Tunashukuru sana Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta kwa kutufikiria. Hapa kwetu hata tunaiita Uhuru Road kwa sababu he is the only person who promised na akatenda.
Mexico has also been known for being home to one of the most spectacular forms of pro wrestling ever, Lucha Libre. Major League Wrestling competes with the grandest Lucha Libre organization in the world, AAA.
I don't want Adrian to be involved in my daughter's life again. Never again.
Adrian is the father of Valentina.
For your loyalty to Camilo? Must have you take away my daughter? Must you keep away your daughter from her real father?
Yes, I know that.
If it's the office that you went to, then why is your hair all wet?
Adrian is here?
Yes, sweetheart.
Is that true, Mommy?
Yes, my love.
I'm the father of Valentina. But I can't take her away from her mom.
Introducing the undisputed king of local country, Sir Elvis.
Yeah, get down, turn around, go to town, boot, scoot, boogie.
The Communications Authority of Kenya, CA, regulates the broadcasting industry, promoting development of local content and ensuring responsible use of broadcasting platforms for national good, to give you and your family